Welcome to MF English Stories. Enjoy short English stories with powerful life lessons. Don't forget to subscribe.
In a small town hidden deep within a quiet valley, where mornings were gentle and evenings carried the scent of grass and wind, there lived a 6-year-old man named Daniel. To most people, Daniel's life looked perfectly fine. He had a stable job, a modest apartment, and enough money to get by. Yet beneath that calm surface, his inner world was anything but peaceful. Daniel's mind was always restless. Thoughts rushed through his head from the moment he woke up until late at night. He replayed old conversations, regretted choices he could no longer change, and criticized himself for mistakes that had already passed. At the same time, his thoughts raced forward into the future, worrying about failure, fearing rejection, and questioning whether he was falling behind in life. At night, when the world finally grew quiet, Daniel's mind became even louder. He lay awake, staring at the ceiling, his chest heavy with unease. He felt tired even after sleeping, and empty even when surrounded by people. Deep inside, he carried a single question he could not escape. Why can't I feel at peace? One afternoon, while meeting an old friend for coffee, Daniel shared his exhaustion. He spoke about his anxiety, his constant overthinking, and his inability to enjoy even the smallest moments. His friend listened carefully, then mentioned something unusual. "There's an old man," his friend said, "who lives alone on a hill outside town. People say he used to be a famous psychologist. He helped many people in the city, but years ago, he left everything behind and moved closer to nature. Some say he still gives advice, but only to those who truly seek it." The idea stayed with Daniel long after the conversation ended. That night, instead of drowning in worry, he felt a small spark of hope. Perhaps this old man could help him understand what he himself could not. The next morning, Daniel packed a small bag and began his journey. The road to the hill was long and winding. As Daniel walked, his legs grew tired, but his mind slowly began to quiet. The farther he moved from the town, the fewer sounds surrounded him. By the time he reached the hill, the noise of his usual thoughts had softened into something distant. At the top stood a small wooden house, weathered by time and wrapped in greenery. The air felt different there, lighter, calmer. On the porch sat an elderly man, still and silent, his eyes closed as if resting or listening to something unseen. Daniel approached respectfully and spoke in a low voice. "Sir, my mind is never at rest. I'm trapped in my thoughts, and I can't find peace." The old man opened his eyes slowly. They were clear, deep, and strangely gentle. "If you are looking for peace," he said, "then come with me." Without further explanation, the old man stood and led Daniel inside the house. From a simple wooden shelf, he took down a round mirror, plain, clean, and unremarkable. He wiped it carefully and placed it in Daniel's hands. "I want you to walk around the garden behind this house," the old man said. "When you walk, look into this mirror. Do not let your attention drift. Keep your eyes and your mind right here." Daniel hesitated. "That's all?" he asked. The old man nodded. "That's all." Daniel stepped into the garden. As he walked, he stared into the mirror. His reflection stared back, eyes tired, shoulders tense, lips pressed together. He noticed how shallow his breathing was, how tightly he held himself. At first, his thoughts resisted. His mind tried to wander, pulling him toward memories and worries. He felt uncomfortable facing his own reflection for so long. He wanted to look away to the trees, the flowers, the sky, but he remembered the instruction, so he stayed. Step by step, something began to change. His breathing slowed, his shoulders softened, the noise inside his head gradually faded. There was no space for regret or fear, only the movement of his feet, the feeling of air on his skin, and the honest image in the mirror. For the first time in years, Daniel was not lost in thought. He was simply here. When he returned, the old man asked gently, "What did you see?" Daniel answered honestly, "I saw myself." "Did you notice the flowers?" the old man asked. "Did you hear the birds?" Daniel shook his head. "No." The old man smiled. "That mirror is honest. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't lie to you. It only shows what is present. Your mind works the same way. When you stay with what is happening now, it has no space to create fear or regret." Daniel listened carefully. "You suffer," the old man continued, "because you live in thoughts of what has already passed or what has not yet arrived. Peace is not something you must find. It appears when you stop running from the present moment." A quiet understanding settled inside Daniel. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Daniel began his walk home. The path looked the same, but everything felt different. His steps were lighter. His breath was deeper. The world seemed clearer, quieter. Daniel knew his life would not suddenly become perfect. Challenges would still come. Thoughts would still appear. But now he carried something new within him, a simple truth. Whenever his mind grew restless, he could return to the present moment, just as he had returned to the mirror. And in that moment of honest awareness, he would always find peace.